everybody, it's Midwest Reefer and I am back. Today is another mod video or upgrade video for you guys. I've actually had this planned out for a while, but I was actually waiting on the product to be finished. So the first video I ever put on YouTube was a correspondent video to a YouTuber named Nano Joe, and it was on how I had my filtration set up on my Fluval. Now that was one of the most popular videos on my channel. Now, granted, my channel has been out for pushing on a month now, not even a month, and I've had a lot of support already. So I want to thank you guys for the support. Thank you for the likes and the comments. Like I said, I didn't really do this for anything serious. I just wanted to kind of document my journey on keeping a reef tank, but you guys have shown me a lot of love, so I appreciate that. So again, my first video was on filtration. Now I think a lot of people want to know the recipe for the best filtration, and there's not really one, but there's some good steps or directions you can take. Now I think one of the most popular forms of filtration for a lot of the nano tanks is going to be a media basket. If you have a Fluval 13.5, you know that it comes with a foam block, 2 squares cut out of it, one for mechanical filtration, one for biological filtration. And that's pretty much it. You have 3 chambers though. One is typically supposed to house the protein skimmer. As I stated in my first video, I do have the protein skimmer. I may run it one day. I don't care for it at the moment. But I put a second foam block in there. Now, honestly, that didn't do much for me besides keep the first chamber. The reason why I put the second block in there is because stuff was flowing into the overflow, and it was just settling at the bottom. And this first chamber was settling at the bottom, and that was just letting nitrates break down, letting all that waste break down to nitrates. So that's why I put the second foam block in there, but really it was just trapping more nitrates, and it was okay. It wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst, but it's all I had. So again, let's get back to the video, get back to this box. Now I did start to cut it open because I don't have a camera assistant. I'm not that big of a YouTuber, I guess, or that likable, apparently. My brothers or nobody wants to come help me. So got my box opening hatchet, and I did go ahead and slice open the tape, but I have not looked in the box yet. Now this was suggested to me by a YouTuber that actually, or a fellow viewer named Jose Davila. He actually is one of the first persons to comment on this video, on my first video, and he kind of said, "Hey man, you said you had OCD. Why don't you get this product?" And I went to the site to get the product, and it actually wasn't ready. It was only for pre-sale. Now, Intank, if you know Intank, they make custom media racks and baskets for all-in-one tanks, but there isn't a media basket out there for the Fluval 13.5. You have to make a homemade one. Now, you can make it out of acrylic, you can make it out of egg crate, you can make it out of everything you want to, depending on your skill level. But they didn't actually have an actual product, for it out there on the market. So this company came and did it, and I was on the waiting list. Ooh, a little Swedish fish. Haven't had those since I was a little kid, so I'm definitely going to smash that. But here's the package anyway. So like I said, this company is the first one to do it. I was one of the first to get it because I was on the waiting list, and I'm probably the first to put it on YouTube. So this is the Fluval Evo 12/13.5 media basket. This is a little quick instruction to install it. You will want to use your like the surface skimmer, a little plastic piece that comes with your Fluval 13.5. So for those of you that didn't know what the little plastic piece was, it goes where your overflow is at, and it's a surface skimmer. That's going to help direct flow for this media basket. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up because I've been talking for a while. I know. I'm going to go ahead and open this bad boy up, and then I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back, and it's unboxed, and there's no words. This thing is beautiful. It's genius. It's definitely top-notch quality, and I'm very happy that I was able to get this. And I'm very anxious to see how good this does in the tank and see if this is a good solution. Intake definitely knows their stuff. Like I said, they're pretty much the front runners in making custom media baskets for a lot of these popular all-in-one tanks, so like the cubes and the Fluvals and things like that. So let's go ahead and dive into this bad boy. Take a look. As you can see, it's three-tier shelf, if you consider that a shelf. Everything is made out of acrylic. Now back in the Fluval 13.5, the chamber, it actually has a plastic piece back there, and they've actually notched this out to fit that. If you guys can see that, they've actually made a notch. This thing is spec to fit in there exactly. They've definitely done their homework. And as you can see here, I have an etched piece of glass. This actually slides out and allows the media to go in there. Green acrylic shells here. And as you can see, you can actually remove the third shelf. Looks like the other two are fixed, but this one is removable. So I guess if you had some big media that you wanted to put in there, a big foam, if you want to run that foam block in there, I guess you could. That kind of defeats the purpose of getting this though. So what I'll probably do is put my filter floss or my pad first chamber, and then my Chemi Pure Blue in the second chamber, and then my Foss Guard in the third chamber since it's the largest. And I'll definitely have some videos from the website showing how it looks in the tank, because my tank, we obviously won't be able to get a look at it. So I will show you guys some pictures of that. And then also make sure you guys kept, if you didn't, your surface skimmer. Now that's what this piece of plastic is that comes in the tank. They don't tell you crap about this in the box. At least I didn't read it, and maybe I'm just a fool, which is very, very possible. But I looked all over the packaging and in the pamphlets to see what this was, and nothing told me. I came across it on a YouTube video, and then also Intank told me. So this is a surface skimmer, and you put it against your overflow inlet, and it adjusts the flow, I guess. I honestly don't know exactly what it does, because I saw a damn video on it. Sorry, I'm getting flustered now. I saw a video on it on YouTube, and they hooked it up, and I didn't see a difference. I don't know. It definitely changed the water level in my tank when I did that, and caused my auto top off to come on. So make sure if you have an auto top off that you have that turned off when you install this, because this does change the water level. To what advantage, I don't know. Maybe this keeps larger particulates out of the water. I don't really know what the hell it does. But in this case, Intank says to put it on in reverse and put it on the inside of the tank in the overflow inlet. And essentially what it does is this is supposed to guide the water into this. So they're saying that the water will flow over this and drop down to that. So I'm glad I kept this plastic piece, because I thought it was just a mold at first, but it's a surface skimmer. And if anybody knows exactly what it's supposed to do, other than be used to direct water for this, and now that's what I'm going to use it for, feel free to let me know down in the comments. But anyway, enough about that piece of plastic. Let's get on to this piece of plastic. So like I said, beautiful, beautiful design, top-notch quality. Not knocking anybody making their own media baskets out of a crate, but with me being OCD, I need everything to be form-fitting. So it said that viewer that commented on my channel definitely came through with this. It was unfortunate that I had to wait so long for them to actually get enough to ship out. I've waited about 3 weeks, but the shipping was really fast. The company was really prompt on emailing me, let me know when it was available, let me know when it shipped. They definitely took care of me. They gave me a little piece of candy, and they gave me a sticker, so hey, you can't go wrong. This thing was like 53 bucks, I think, about 60 something dollars after shipping. I did pick a little bit faster shipping, but it's very reasonable. You can definitely make your own, but like I said, if you want something clean, form fitting, and then like I said, built for this Fluval, then I would definitely go ahead and check out Intank's website. I'll have it in the link below. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this, set everything up, and then we'll be back. All right, guys. Here's just a quick look before I go ahead and put it in the tank. Got the Foss Guard down here on the bottom. The last step. Got the Chemi Pure Blue Nano Packs in there running too. And then I have my filter pad, first line of defense. So I was thinking about possibly putting in a second blue filter pad and then putting the Chemi Pure on top of that. I'm not sure though. We're going to run it like this. Obviously, the first stage should catch all the hard particles. There's no reason of having another piece. This is right at the top, so this would be the thing I could pull out if it gets bad, rinse off or replace. So I think I'm just going to run one for now, but I just want to give you guys a quick look of how everything looks before it goes in. and then I will cut back to it actually in the tank. What's going on, everybody? I'm back. Tank's still a little murky, so I'm not gonna look at that right now, just because I changed out some of the media racks or media packs, and it's got a little murky. Plus, I was moving some things around, but everything's in there now. So the media rack is in here. As you can see, the surface skimmer, which I still don't know what it does. Well, in this case, I know what it does for this media rack, but it did come with the tank, and I don't know what it was supposed to do without this. It's called a surface skimmer, but the surface skimmers I see look like protein skimmer type things. This is just a piece of plastic. All I know is it dropped my water level super low, about 2.5 inches. So keep that in mind. I know I mentioned it earlier in the video. If you have an auto top off or any other equipment, be prepared for that water drop and just adjust accordingly, especially with the auto top off so it doesn't kick on. But as you can see here, the water is cascading over the surface skimmer and falling on directly into this media rack. And this media rack fits super tight in here, not like to where you can't get in here, but it's up against this wall that had those designs. And if you know, in the first video I was talking about, the first video I made on filtration nano gel was trying to block off this piece right here. This piece has lateral slits going all the way down it, which lets the water pass through over into the second chamber where the old foam pad used to be. Well, this acrylic wall goes right against that, super tight on both sides, and that allows the water to be, or forces the water to be ran through all my media first through this media rack, and then off to the second chamber and third chamber. So now N-Tank is supposed to be making a lateral filtration system for the second chamber. It's not released yet, but when it is, I'll probably get it and do a review on it as well. I'm gonna let this run for a day while I gotta go to work here pretty soon. So I'm gonna let this run. I'm gonna come back and see how good it does. The only thing I need to do is, like I mentioned in the video earlier, is block off that little hole that sits at the back of the tank, that little hole right there, that lets water pass the filtration and go there. I'm gonna block that off with what, I don't know, maybe some frag putty that you use to hold frags down. I might stuff some in there, but we'll see. I don't know if I want it to be permanent or not, so that's why I'm still trying to decide what to clog it up with, and then also make sure it's safe for the tank and the fish and everything like that. So but yeah, that media rack is set up, it's going. I'm gonna let it sit, and then I'll come back. So when you see the end of this video, it should show everything all cleaned up and ready, hopefully. Otherwise you'll hear about it.